You just started and you're on page 31? I'm impressed, Callie. You're always reading over there. And anywhere, really, not just over there.
Yeah.
Okay, music is... Let's turn... I know you love your reading. Oh, shit, I didn't put any of this stuff away that was on the counter. I moved it out of the dishwasher and here it is. Oh, well. Okay. You ready, Callie?
Yeah.
Do you want to do the thing? You want to do the thing. Okay. Hold on. Let me...
Do a countdown too.
Yeah, you wanna press? Press? It's still the top right, even though it doesn't say it.
Yeah.
Got it? Okay. So you count it off and press it when you're ready. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, don't pull it towards you. That's gonna pull everything towards you. Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
So today,
We do.
this was a few years ago. It didn't just get made today.
This
This is me and artist Zoe.
this is Calvin.
Can you?
You want me to hold it up?
Yeah.
This is a caricature of Calvin. Hello, friends. I was drawn at the school block party.
Yeah.
Let's put this side by side. Does this look like him? I think so. There's no clear.
Shorter hair.
You think this is shorter hair? Yeah. You're right. Well, we haven't had a haircut since then, so yeah. Isn't this fun? This is a little like. I like the collar. I like the collar. Shayna, thank you for the note on the menu. So fluff. Good day. Hello, Shayna. Hello, So fluff.
Yep.
Hello, Lemon. I see you with your first. I was a mermaid. Excellent. Well, we didn't get to go to Disneyland, unfortunately. This was just a school. This was a caricature artist and I was hanging out at the school playground. Not creepy. Intentionally. I'm putting away these bowls. I realized I was emptying the dishwasher before streaming them, as I usually do. And I didn't put anything away that was supposed to go.
That was wild.
1996. I was in middle school. I graduated 6th grade in 1996.
How do you remember that
Year.
far back?
How do I remember that far back? He asks me. Well,
At first, I thought that said 1961, and I was like, what the heck?
1961. I remember, this is a fun thing about the years, my schooling years, is that I was in the grade of the year that it was. So 1996, I graduated 6th grade. 1999, I graduated 9th grade. 1993, what grade did I graduate?
3rd grade.
3rd grade. Genius. No one will ever need that information. But that's like a fun thing, right? Like I can always remember what grade I was in. I think that's pretty unique. All right, he's going downstairs. Funny. Okay. Ages. Correct. Born on a 0 year. That's fun. I think if you were born on a 4 year, the grades line up. Also, if I hold this up, it like destroys the white balance of the camera. That's crazy. That's not crazy. That's how they're supposed to work. Okay, let's get started. Today is frying. So I got these big honkin' parsnips. Got these big honkin' parsnips at the market. So I'm going to make these into fries. What else am I doing today? I'm going to make a salad, and we're going to deep fry some fish sticks too, because while you have the oil hot, deep fry other stuff. And then I'm going to make a salad. So the goal, I'm going to cut these parsnips up soak them in water. It says to soak them in cold water for like an hour. So I'm going to do these first, soak them, and then do everything else in between. And then after you soak them, you deep fry them, and then they're done. So it'll be easy. It'll be easy. So yes, yeah, actually, yeah. There's some overlap. I think Calvin's he'll be 8 for a little while I'm 38. He has a larger overlap with Gwen. Twinderella, welcome in. Yes, always Calvin. I will say that Twinderella, you're first enough that Calvin he like lurks around the computer waiting for like live, and he lurks enough and knows now that when he sees someone else, he's like, oh, it's not Twinderella. Yeah, he's a little IRL lurker. We have the he does. We have the distinction here. He knows. I tell him, Yorin, hello. I tell him I'm going. We have live, and then we have live in the house. So when I say I'm live, he knows that we can't. The mic is muted, and the wait, I don't need to change scenes with that. The mic is muted, and we're on that camera, and like it's starting soon. We have live, and then we have live, and so between live and live, he's lurking. Usually, sometimes not, but he's not. He doesn't have access to the media time, the iPad, the gaming console, the television, until I go live. So he has a vested interest in seeing me through to the end of the end of the live portion of the evening. Fun little behind the scenes, or not actually behind. Anyway, so that's weird. This peeler is made out of a different metal, and it's like the inside, not the inside. This like interior part is like completely oxidized. It's really odd to see. Odd to see. Anyway, I'm going to do these parsnips first. I don't know how much I'm going to get out of these, fry-wise. But I'm hoping to get quite a few, because these are huge. I probably didn't need to peel these. I don't even know why I peeled these. I don't think I need to. But we can't stop now, you know? Bugs snacks. What kind of platform is that on, SoFluff? Or is that an iPad game? Or an iOS game? Say more. What's Calvin been watching? He's really into YouTube, which is not a terrible thing. It just needs a little bit of it's the right way to say this, interpretation sometimes. Okay. Oh yeah, these are good looking inside. The inside of that I don't even need to hold that close. You can see the woody center of that is not that big, which is great. Okay. So, cut into fries is kind of step one here. So I'm going to get 2 equal-ish size pieces. And I'm not really sure appropriate fry size. There is Shayna. It's that's what I was saying with interpretation. You can. I will say though, Google has some pretty okay, not great, but like pretty. They're okay tools. He has a child account on Google, so like he has his own Google and YouTube account, but it's a child account managed by my parent account, and so you can limit certain types of things there in terms of like PG 13, that sort of thing. Of course, things aren't always labeled correctly, but I I found there's just myself, like, because I try to use, if he's using something like that, I want to use it for a little while and just like see what's going on. And I tried to use YouTube Kids and it's really bad. Like, you can't search. You can't, the search function is just broken on YouTube Kids. So I made the decision to like put a bunch of parental controls in place on YouTube and then just monitor what he's watching, like monitor the stuff, I should have known. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's be clear. He got an iPad for Christmas one year? No. Cal, did you get the iPad for your birthday or Christmas? It doesn't matter. Birthday, he says. He got his iPad for his birthday. He didn't. No, Christmas, he says. In December. He didn't actually receive the iPad to use himself until February, maybe? Because I was going through and just like every setting in there, every single thing. I was like, I have to know all this stuff and I have to learn it. Like, I didn't know any of it. Let's see. Bug snacks. Players explore a mysterious island and attempt to find and capture the eponymous half bug, half snack creatures. Okay, that sounds fun. Switch and PlayStation. Okay. But the Switch, we have a Switch. Calvin's main platform is the Switch. Mario Odyssey and Zelda being the predominant games there. They do, so they definitely let bad stuff through. Listen, the YouTube thing came up because I did not put YouTube on his computer or on his iPad. It came up because he was like watching YouTube over a friend's house one day, and he asked Gwen to put it on his iPad, and she did. And so he then had access to it, and I was like, I'm not going to take that away, right? Like, she downloaded YouTube Kids, which is pretty plain. And I'm not going to take it away, but I was like, okay, we're going to have like, he has a time limit on YouTube. He has an hour of YouTube a day, which I think is a lot. And then he's limited on the channels that he can get access to. So, jump scares and creepy stuff. Yeah, I think for me, I just want to see I'm sort of in the place of, I want to see what the algorithm brings him, where it takes him, and then help him interpret that as a human every so often. We've talked about how the content he watches is not real. Like, hey, these kids aren't actually doing some of the things that they're doing. Like, this is pretend. Like, I'm using it as an opportunity to teach digital literacy as just like, oh, I didn't know that I should think about these things. Should I think about these things? If I was homeschooling, we would have curriculum that was on YouTube. For sure. So Fluff, I don't want to share my Switch. Heard. That's why I have an Xbox now, because I was playing Fortnite on the Switch. Also, Fortnite on the Switch is not good. Lemon, it's not the technology's job is it's not the technology's job to parent the child. It's my job. And that's like I want that job. I love it. Like it's the thing that I enjoy the most. Why would it be safe for unsupervised children? I was an unsupervised child on the internet. I didn't have access to the internet when I was 7. I had access to the internet unsupervised when I was in high school. And then it was just AOL chat rooms and message boards and Newgrounds. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever been on the website Newgrounds or even know what that is. 0s in the chat. It was a different internet that I had access to. ICQ chat. I do remember ICQ chat. I remember agonizing over my away messages. Yeah, ICQ for sure. But Lemon, to your point, I think I enjoy. It's just a challenge. I enjoy, interpreting things for him and like seeing what he's looking at, and sort of. I don't want to limit it because I don't. If I limit it too much and like am too much hands-on, he's going to pull back, and I want him to stay here and not pull back. I want him to trust that I've got his best interest in mind, and I'm going to let him do the things that he wants to do in a way that is safe and controlled. That's, I want him to come to me when he sees something weird on YouTube, because like we've talked about YouTube a lot, We've talked about how the family that he watches do gymnastics in their extremely suburban backyard with their extreme white family environment and style doesn't reflect like where we live or the people in our community. And so I think just like those types of conversations, if I limit what he's watching, I don't get to have those conversations either. And that's, I think, the value in it. Get off my yard. TV, radio, record, and cassette player. That mirrors my childhood pretty closely. We got the internet when I was a kid, but we didn't have an antenna. We had an antenna at the house that got like two major local stations, and when we had a Blockbuster. So I didn't watch a lot of TV as a kid. And my dad will take movies off of like Showtime and HBO. So we got to watch those. I got to watch those at his house. And he let me take them home and borrow them. Fun fact, the movie that I had in my college dorm room when I was in university was a bootleg copy at Fight Club that my dad recorded off HBO or something. And it was, of course, on a VHS tape. Okay. Pile of fries is looking solid here. A Xennial. It did free email and internet from Juno. Oh my God. Yeah. I remember my AOL screen name. Twinderella, that is exactly my experience. We went from the span of the internet didn't exist in my house to I had a laptop computer and a cell phone in my dorm room in the span of like 5 years. So it was crazy. It's a very interesting perspective on the world. I'm thankful to have that perspective in some capacity. Mid-90s was high school. Mm-hmm. No computers, and a non-internet connected Apple computer. Yeah, it's wild. I miss the original MTV too. I used to watch a channel called The Box, where you could call in and request a music video, and they would actually play it. That was pretty cool. Kurt Loder era. I remember in middle school, we some kids in my class had the teacher give the. It was like Oregon Trail Day. We were playing Oregon Trail as a class, and they had the teacher give the character a name, like a dirty name that the teacher didn't know that it was a dirty name, and everyone was like. Anyway, that was on the single computer with the 5 1/4 floppy drive on it. I remember computer lab where we learned how to do word processing, which is like laughable now. Like Calvin can do word processing. Literally. I've seen him do it. He processes about 1 million words a minute in his head. Okay, these are going to go into a big bowl. Let's put these in the big bowl. Put these in the big bowl and soak them. These are like the fries, and then I'm going to actually do the what I would say is sort of the seconds here. The shorter ones, the ones that are weird size. I'm going to do those in a different bowl and just fry those in a separate batch because I want everything that's like similar size to be in this. I don't want these to get mixed. Yarn, yeah, it definitely like when did computers creep into your house? That's like I think the thing for that's when things really escalated. Like when we got a computer at home, I remember learning how to turn the sound of the modem off in the computer itself, like that beeping that like if you don't know what I'm talking about, you've never had a dial-up modem. I remember like learning how to turn that off so I could get online and not have like my mom come racing up the stairs. What are you doing on the computer? Add some. Hold on. I'm gonna add some salt to these too. This water. It's gonna salt the water that I'm soaking these in. I actually don't know if I'm supposed to do that or not, or if that's even a good thing. I just know that soaking them from the recipe I read is like step 1. Okay. Soaking them, and then we'll put these in the fridge somewhere. Look at that. I actually have space in the fridge because I haven't been hoarding leftovers recently. I've been like using them, which, is great. That's what they're supposed to do. And I had a laptop when we went to college. That was big. That was like I had a laptop and a broadband internet connection. College was amazing. I downloaded so much music. Oh my god. I downloaded an obscene amount of music when I was a kid. In 2000. Okay. 2095. That's cool about Martha Quindrella. That's really cool. That's super cool. Now you can send things to your favorite Twitch streamer and they'll put them in their background. Or not, but whatever. Okay, I'm just going to put these bowls. I'm going to put this bowl right on top of the other one. Yeah, and then just press these down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to let those soak in the fridge for, it says, at least an hour up to 8 hours. So I think I'm going to put, since I started the count up timer sometime during stream last night, it's counted 22 hours and 21 minutes. Fun. I'm going to put a timer on here for an hour, just so I don't lose track. And then I would like to make a salad. So I'm going to let those soak. I should get my things ready to fry because once I'm ready, once I got salad stuff out, let me get ready to fry right now, and then I'll do the salad. The cow print in the logo. Gateway. Next line. Gateway. We had a Dell. XPS R450. Those numbers will be seared into my brain forever because I was so excited to get it. First computer to put in your room in 97, 95. Oh, 95. Yeah, I think we got one. I know we definitely had one when I was in high school. I think we might have had it in 8th grade. So probably 97, 97, 98, somewhere in there. All kinds of cool stories. That's cool. Cousin, yeah, everyone's got a cousin with the best stories. Does this cousin have children? I'm gonna guess and say no. Just a guess. Just me putting out a guess into the world. Okay, this oil is old oil, but I've used it once. So I'm going to bring this oil up to temperature slowly on this burner here while we're getting salad together so that this is ready. Because that's the thing that I think with deep frying, I've been very guilty of not heating my oil up and then just having to sit and wait. Okay. I've got a mix of different oils here. Not different. They're not different types of oil, but just like 4 different containers of vegetable oil. Some of it's fresh. Some of it's not fresh. But that's a big pot of oil right there. So let's do, I don't know, that oil is about up to here. So it's about 6 inches of oil. I'm going to just give this, put this onto the heat and let that get ripping. For the fries, I also want to have what? I will have the bowl that they are in now to toss them in with seasoning. I need a tray. And that's it. A tray with paper towels. Okay. Let's get 2 trays, actually. And then I have to empty the oven. Sorry, that's embarrassing. When I do dishes, I usually leave the oven on if I was using it, and then when I do dishes, I just stuff them in the oven, the ones that are heat safe, and they dry out real quick. But then I forget that they're in there. Okay. Cousin by marriage. Married your closest cousin. 2 years minus 1 day. That's kind of fun. 20 plus years. They got married days after Obergefell Hodges. Interesting. That's cool. Nice. Sounds like a long-term cousin. Despite not being blood related. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, some paper towels here. And this is just about ready to fry. That thing with the parchment paper, they like ball it up and lay it flat and it lays flatter again. Also true of paper towels. Love this tip. This is my favorite, one of my favorite things I've learned while watching cooking streams on Twitch. It's just stupid little stuff like that makes me like weirdly happy. Okay, fries are ready. I've got my spider, gloves. I'm going to need salt and pepper, of course. I'll bring those over now. I'm going to use this for the salad and fish sticks. I'm going to fry some fish sticks along with this, but I'll do those last, and they're frozen. I'm assuming I can just drop those in. I looked at the bag. There's no directions on how to deep fry the fish sticks on the bag, even though they're like battered fish sticks. So I don't think they're meant to be deep fried because they're meant for like home cooking. But we're gonna try it. They'll probably be fine. They'll probably be fine. So they got married in a state where they could get married before that decision. I'm assuming. Or oh no, I'm assuming they were planning a civil ceremony. That's really cool. That's I feel like a lot of folks around the time of that, when that decision came down, I know a couple people that got married around that time. I'm just thinking that those people that I was thinking of are actually divorced now. Anyway, your mileage may vary on marriages, obviously, but I feel like that was it felt like it was in the air before that, right? Like it was very much like, hey, this could happen, which is exciting. Okay, salad: Brussels sprouts, broccoli, carrots, radish, goat cheese. That's gonna be salad. No lettuce this time around. Just doing however many Brussels I feel like are going to be good. I've got one thing of broccoli left over, and then some radishes. But actually, these radishes are not super good anymore. Okay. Well, we're gonna skip the radishes then. That's fine. They're radishes from last week, and they are just like I was using them in Calvin's lunchbox, and they're super soft right now. So I think we're going to skip those. Hallie, that makes sense. Yeah, the federal thing really kind of put the stamp on that. God. That's cool. Okay, so what I'm doing with these is going to be similar to what I did the last time I made Brussels sprouts. A Brussels sprout salad, which is having them and then slicing them pretty thin into like little ribbons. So this process takes a little while, but is worth it because I like the texture. Yeah, you got to use them up. I wonder if I soak. I'm just going to toss one of these radishes in some water because these are watermelon radishes. I'd prefer not to. I prefer not to waste them. I'm just going to put this in some water. I know that works for carrots. They if they've been in the fridge for too long, they'll absorb the water if you put them in like a little container. So we're just going to let those sit. We're going to let that sit right there and see what happens. Maybe it'll come back around. Roasted tomatoes, though, perfect for soft tomatoes. I admit here and now that roasted tomatoes are something that I don't like. I'll eat them. I'll eat them every time they're presented to me, but they're not my favorite. Yeah, but it's a cycle. You buy the tomatoes, you roast them, you eat them. Repeat. It's fine. You can't. Can you freeze tomatoes? Do they freeze? You can make sauce out of it and like freeze that, but that requires other ingredients. Roasting tomatoes doesn't have many ingredients. Not a fan of raw tomatoes. Okay. See, I love raw tomatoes, but the roasted ones, there's something about the flavors that come out when they roast that's different, and I'm not a big fan. But raw tomatoes I'll mess with, so good team. I'm going to switch to the bigger knife so I have more room for my knuckles. I'm like struggling dicing these things with that tiny one. Not dicing, whatever I'm doing with these, slicing them. Yeah. Oh, see, I love ketchup though. I don't love ketchup. Let me reframe that. I don't find ketchup to be offensive. I find ketchup to smell horrible on its own. Like the scent of ketchup just kind of makes me feel sick. But I love it on stuff. But I also just love a good like dash of vinegar on something too. Like I don't need fries with ketchup, but I would love vinegar if there's no ketchup available. Like I like the tangy, I like the vinegar aspect of it. Um, I guess I'm a traditional ketchup user. Traditional ketchup user. Welcome in. Yeah, I feel like my ketchup style is one of like, hot dogs, hamburgers, fries, whatever. But roasted tomatoes, there's something about them, especially like whole roasted grape tomatoes. Again, I eat them every time they're presented to me, and I'll cook with them if it really makes sense in a dish because they do give good flavor to a dish, even if they are not themselves my favorite thing. So I'm not to the point where I say no to them. I just prefer them in a different form. Okay. For ranch or mayo, barbecue sauce. Okay. And ketchup tastes like sugar vinegar. Sure. I could see that. Um, I will say I like the mayonnaise ketchup combo for dipping. Orange chowder my way. That's that's really funny. Oh man, I haven't had a can of cream corn since I was probably in single digit age. A single digit age. I am now craving. I am standing here craving a can of creamed corn. So that's where we're at. Bacon, lettuce, tomato wraps sounds great. That's a good lunch. What else have you done? What else have you done with it? How much bacon are we talking about? What is this? What quantify what a score of bacon is? Because there's a fine line between a score and an oh shit, this is too much bacon. I'm gonna cut too many Brussels sprouts. I already know this because this bowl is like large, is huge, and it's deceptive. And I'm gonna look at it and be like, that's not enough, and it's gonna be like 5 portions, easy. Um, green goddess seasoning and salt. Okay. Oh, peel off the skins. Maybe that would be a better approach for me because I'm pretty sure it is the skin part that I don't like. I like grape tomatoes raw though. I like them quartered in salads, like cold salads. I think Thursday I'm going to make a salad with grape. I think I'm using the grape tomatoes on Thursday. Yes, grape tomatoes on Thursday. This Brussels sprout process is definitely the longest one. Never liked creamed corn yarn. Okay, that's fair. 3 slices sounds like an appropriate amount of bacon. Mayo and ketchup is top tier. Mix, I see you. We call that fancy sauce. An old friend of mine, a friend of mine from a life ago who is not a friend anymore used to call it fancy sauce, and that's maintained in my consciousness. You roast the spaghetti squash, puree the shallots and onions, and brown them with bacon. Cornstarch, put in the spaghetti squash noodles and milk. Okay, that sounds really good. That sounds like creamed corn I would eat for sure. You have so many things in there that I love. The pureeing it all together is super wise. That sounds really good. It's like a soup. You're describing like a very thick stew. It would be a soup without the cornstarch. A little extra liquid. Blend that right up. Call it squash soup. I remember creamed corn when I was a kid. I used to love it. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I haven't bought. I have never purchased it as an adult. I feel like I've just never had a recipe that called for it. Probably. I also realized that like you can just eat it like a can, like you can just eat canned vegetables. Like that's how I had it. It was like a can of corn in a pot, heat it up. Please enjoy. Oh, if you had your tonsils out as an adult, Gwen had hers out too as an adult. Not a great experience. Definitely not a good experience as an adult. I still have all of the things that one could have that people get removed during their life. I still have all of them, so I'm a little like concerned for what the future might hold. Tonsils, wisdom teeth, all that. Appendix. Hate the preservatives yarn. Got it. Yeah, canned stuff I usually rinse. But not usually, I always rinse. Just for that purpose. To lay down and eat. Interesting. And I'm assuming that's like leveraging gravity a little bit to help. I do not, so I can only sympathize with you in that situation. All right, I think this is good enough. I'm going to finish these Brussels, and then this is a fair amount of salad. I'm going to add. This is like 3 big handfuls of Brussels sprouts. So I think with these guys, that'll be enough. I always make too much, and I'd rather have some leftover Brussels sprouts that I just have to roast. What am I doing? Hold on. What's going? Is this salad? What am I doing on Thursday? Oh, I can just roast these and put these in the grain salad that I'm making. Because Thursday I'm going to do a grain salad with bulgur or millet. I don't remember which one I have. Herbs, great tomatoes, roasted mushrooms, and then I can just toss some of these. I'll roast the rest of these and put those in that grain salad. Okay. So knowing that's what I'll do with these, let's cut up 2 more of these, and then that'll be about half. Okay. Cool. We're getting there. We are getting there. Oh, I almost sliced my finger. Just out here doing my sterile best. Nix, you do you. We're all doing our best, and your best is just right. I'm sure of it. Yeah. What else? Like I've never broken a bone either. So like I've been knock on wood. I've had some extreme fortune in that regard. I've gotten stitches on every single one of my fingers though. That's fun. And multiple times on some. I have done enough with mine. I was reading the other day about this guy who's doing like a mobile vasectomy thing. And I was amazed. I was like, that's cool. I didn't realize that's just like a walk-in, roll-out situation or walk-out situation. Like, I thought it was impressive. Hold on. I want a sip. I can't even make a list of all the bones I've broken. Yeah. For all of the stuff that I used to do when I was a kid, I used to skateboard and rollerblade and jump down steps and stuff and like bike everywhere. Never broke anything. I'm just super fortunate. Let's hold off on cutting the second carrot up. There's a carrot. I just said the word carrot, so Daisy's probably going to be around momentarily. It is. Trinderella, I think that's fair. Group effort on overactive esophageal muscles. Yeah, I feel for y'all. I'm like, that's got to be super frustrating, especially if you're interested in, if you're a fan of food in some capacity. I believe it. It's like, does it feel like that just in general or only when you're trying to eat? Like, do you also feel like, hey, I can't breathe sometimes? Because that's, well, here comes Daisy. That's terrifying. Like, that's more than frustrating if that's the case. That would be terrifying. A tendon, small bone, and a rotator bone. Yeah, I would say, in the time that you have had, that seems like not that bad. Every finger though. Broken the balls in your hips. That's deep. That's deep. I'm only my these. Yeah, I feel like we all have very different extremes here. I don't even think I've ever strained a muscle or pulled a muscle. Yeah, I think it's just through extremely good luck that I've never broken something after sleeping. Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't talk to WebMD about anything. I don't, in fact, do that. Okay, Daisy's here campaigning, so let's give Daisy some carrot snack here. Volleyball, yeah, I'm amazed if you don't have any broken fingers either, because that like if you're like blocking that whole like the tips, like volleyball is aggressive. I played JV volleyball for 1 year in high school. I was not great at it. I'm also 5 foot, 5 foot, not much more. Which not sure what business I had thinking I was going to play volleyball, but it was fun while it lasted. Okay, let's see. Daisy's here. Daisy's campaigning. Let's give Daisy a treat here. There she is. Oh no, you can see my socks. Sit. There's a good dog. Look at this stately animal. There you go. She's taking it away. Pretty good despite 5'5". Okay. There was a position called a libero that was my position, which was just in the back line. Mix, I understand. Okay, that makes sense. This like the point of failure is the joint. It's pretty impressive though. Skull front. Sit. Want to see a trick? Pretty. That's a sit pretty. That's a good dog. There you go. Cinderella, why can't you get tacos? Sounds like you can get more tacos. Okay. Can you show one more trick? Do you want to lie down? Lie down. Down. Good. Good girl. Jen, thank you. Welcome in. This is Daisy. For friends who have not met Daisy before, Daisy is a 10-year-old pit bull terrier. She came into our lives when she was 3 months old, and so all of her crazy is our fault. Jan, I bet being a volleyball rep would be fun, except the part where people yell at you. But you're up on a stool, so. Jen, how old is your senior pup? And thank you for the follow. Daisy has, I feel like, just entered her old age in the past, 2 years. She's sort of gotten that set in your routine. Okay, we're done now. We're done. We're all done. Okay. Now watch. This is the part where she just goes away. Okay. You good? No more. Okay. We'll see how long she lasts over here. Nope. Okay. She's hanging out. She's gonna hang out. She's right here right now. Yeah. So this is Daisy's position when there are carrots around. Got it, Twinderella. That makes sense about not driving. Okay. Yes. Yes. Dad? That's cool, Mix. That's really fun. Powdered sugar face. Yeah, that when they start to get that, this is the time of year when I'm most sentimental about Daisy, because I use that app Time Hop that brings you back to all the photos from the past. And right about this time of year, Daisy was adopted on New Year's Eve and was a puppy at this time of year when she was, 10 years ago. So I get sort of nostalgic looking back at Time Hop. I would not hesitate to red cards with people in volleyball. Don't make me come down there. I would be at the ref and be like, don't make me come down there. And then I come down there and I'll be like, now listen here. Yeah, she's not begging. Daisy's Gotcha Day was New Year's Eve. Yes, it was. We're explaining what a Gotcha Day was to Calvin this year. It was the first time he really like had awareness of that, or like it sunk in. But we didn't really do anything special. She just got a bunch of treats and a walk, which in Daisy's Day is pretty special. She gets treats and a walk every day. Okay. So this is good. I'm going to finish this salad, I think, before the hour mark for those parsnips, which is fine. It said refrigerate for an hour. Other recipes didn't say to refrigerate them at all. The one recipe I read said cook them for 20 minutes in a 400-degree oven, then deep fry them for 10 minutes, then deep fry them again for 5 minutes. And I was like, what are you making? What exactly do you think you're making? Got him at 10 weeks. Yeah, Daisy was born in October at some point, and then we got her in December. So yeah, you guys didn't have, you had, got him young. I was, when we adopted Daisy, the people that we adopted her from were like, she has separation anxiety. Like, you should know that. And we were like, okay. She does. She did. She was way worse when she was younger. Now she's just kind of like, whatever. But she is 10. Yeah, 10. I have that thing every time where I have to think about how old she is every single time I want to know how old she is. Sometimes I even have to do the math. And I'm like, why can't I just remember this? For as often as I say how old she is, you'd think I would remember it. But yesterday on stream, I told people she was 12. She's not. 7 weeks. That's pretty young. I feel like 7 weeks is pretty young. Is that normal? Is that a normal age to adopt? Although I guess if you're adopting from like shelter or somewhere where they're just like, please take these puppies, they'll kind of let them go whenever. The place that we got Daisy from had rescued her from a house somewhere in North Philly, and we had to wait. They had gotten her and she was a couple weeks old. We only had to wait like a week or two. It does. Jen, it doesn't show your age. It just shows that other things are more of a priority. I'm going to go with that. I'm going with that. More of a priority than remembering the age of your pet. When you have to think about, when you're confronted with how old your pet is, that's when you're also confronted with how brief a pet's lifetime is. So I don't like to think about it, generally speaking, but you know, it happens. All the animals are rescues. Okay. He needs to start paying rent. That's what, 30, 35? 35 in human years? Sounds about right. Brussels, broccoli, carrots. I wrote down raisins, which we do not have in this house. Yeah, this guy is really soft and not coming around. So I'm not going to go with the radish. My Facebook memories. Yeah, that's a familiar feeling. I am going to put this back. I'm going to put this in the fridge and let this sit in the water for a while longer. The water may or may not help. I don't know, but we're going to see. I'd like to leave it for longer than I've left it so far. What else can I put in the salad? Got green onions from yesterday. Mix, you have news. Chicken news. Love chicken news. Hopefully not chicken drama. Salad, I'm putting in parsley. This is the parsley and dill from yesterday, as well as green onions from 2 days ago. And let's make some type of sauce for this. Shoot, eggs. Oh my gosh. You caught them in the act today. That's cool. Are they, so this is a chicken that's laying now that's new. It's the eggs are new. This is a younger chicken. Excuse me. Oh, excellent. That's great news. Reptar and Atari. I love the names. Okay, I am going to go ahead and just repurpose this container from the herbs for my dressing. Because I don't have any other cleans. It strikes me that Gwen's not home, and I should check my phone. No. Gwen is texting in our Fortnite group chat, but not in my, not me. One of her employees' last day today. It was today, so I'm assuming she's going to be home a little later than usual. Anyway, she abandoned the nest, so you assumed that she was not egg laying. I don't know much about chickens and their processes, for lack of a better term. So dressing for this, I'm going to do an orange and walnut oil, because I have this orange in the fridge and I want to use it. So I'm going to do an orange and olive oil dressing. That's amazing. That's amazing. And now they're laying tiny, cute eggs. And now you have tiny eggs for miniature omelettes, etc. Beverly Hills, welcome in. Hi. Tiny eggs for tiny omelets. Will the eggs? This is again me just not knowing things. Will the eggs get bigger, like as the chicken matures? I kind of had the assumption that like when chickens started laying eggs, they were like just immediate. It was like binary, like full. Now we have full size eggs coming out. But that's probably just my ignorance. Certainly, that is just my ignorance. As I said, I know nothing about chickens and their biorhythms. Gotcha. That's fantastic. You're egg rich now, Mix. Don't let it go to your head. Okay. This is juiced and filtered. Good. I don't know if orange and walnut oil will taste good together because I've never tried it. on the counter, that's when you know they're fresh, when you don't even bother to start refrigerating them. That's perfect. Girl, you'll be a woman soon. That's an ominous song, isn't it? Shit. I can curse if I want to. The stream is marked as an adult stream. It's literally, it is. It's marked as a stream for adults. Calvin's telling me not to curse because I said shit. Yeah, that, I love that. I love that. Yeah. True, Trinella. Very true. Yes. I love that fact about eggs, that they just last. If you just let them exist in the world, that they will just do their thing. Okay, let's get mix of walnut oil. So I'm gonna do 2 ounces of walnut oil and 1 ounce of this orange juice. We'll give this a shake and see what happens. I thought orange and walnut seemed like they might go together. Walnut definitely goes with Brussels sprouts. Orange definitely goes with broccoli. And I don't know where my salt is. There it is. It just happens if you live in the country. Yeah. I can tell you that if I lived in a place where I was able to have chickens, I would have chickens for sure. Just for the purpose of eggs. That's amazing, though. Yeah, I feel like anyone I know who lives out in any part of like the world where there's that just came open, where there's like any kind of land available is like, yeah, there's chickens. Gotcha. One of my buddies used to have chickens in his suburban backyard, and his neighbors hated him for it. A friend of mine has neighbors who have goats in Philadelphia, in the city, and when they have fences on their yards with gates in between them, and in the springtime when everything's just like overgrown, they open all of the gates in between like 6 different backyard neighbors and let the goats roam freely throughout that for like a month, and the goats just clear everything up, and it's really cool. Jen, I think you've nailed it. More salt, but this is pretty good. It's not amazing. I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing pepper in this. I wish I knew why Discord notifications were popping up on my desktop right now. Oh, wait. It's because Discord's open. Shit. Never mind. Jen, I am. Yeah, in the area is putting it lightly. I live in Philadelphia, in the city. I live in a row home. My neighbors are right behind that wall. This is not enough pepper. I always want more. I always want more. Teaspoon of honey. DJ Harley, I think you might be onto something there. Welcome in. Hello. I think you might be onto something. Yeah, I'm missing. It's just very like it's walnutty, which is good. But yeah, I think a little dab of honey would be great. I'm really glad I bumped the heat on my oil because it is still not there yet. Rural PA. Okay, cool. Well, I love rural PA. I go camping once. I would like to think that I go camping about once a month, but realistically, I go about every 8 to 9 weeks. And we go out in the western, kind of to the west of Philly, which everything in PA is to the west of Philly, so that's not really saying much. But we go out to like the French Creek area. Hickory Run's a favorite spot. What's the name of that? Pine Grove Furnace State Park is really nice. That's cool, Mix, about the ag testing. I'm assuming that they probably just get new material or new equipment regularly because of they can for their budget. Yeah, that's better. Okay. This is good. I'm okay with this. It's not my favorite. So I'm not going to put it on the salad yet because I might have like a moment of like, oh yeah, that would be better in there. The honey's good. It's not really sweetness I'm missing. I think there's too much walnut oil. I think the ratio is a little off. And I don't think adding more orange juice is going to make it better. It might. It might. Let's add just a dash more of that. And we'll see. We'll see. Honey's definitely pretty common. Molasses would be interesting. High iron. Yeah. Is the iron what gives it the color then? Molasses goes in the chili for sure. I need to make chili sometime soon. Yeah, actually, the orange made that better. I like that a little better. Still not my favorite. Not my favorite, but that's okay. That's okay. So now I'm actually thinking I kind of did really want raisins in that. I would love to have raisins or cranberries or some sort of dried thing. Let me see if I actually have anything like that. Anything even related to that. I've got Girl Scout cookies. Crackers, no. Onion relish, no. Let me see if Calvin has any little boxes of raisins in his snack drawer. Nope. Nothing. All right, salad is what it is. This is how it's going to be. No. You know what might go well in that? I was thinking of a packet of ramen, just like crushed up. Fancy molasses is still brown and super low iron. Blackstrap is bay. Heard. The other thing I wanted to make for this is a dipping sauce for the fries, because trying to do some use it up. I realize also now that when I slam the counters and such, it shakes the entire camera because this camera is now connected actually to the counter and not on a tripod across the room. Interesting. Okay, well, something to consider and be aware of. For me, y'all don't need to worry about it, but if it's bothering you, let me know. So I'm gonna make a little dip for this these fries. I know this is a controversial condiment. but I'm going to make a little bit of mayonnaise mixed with harissa, the harissa that we made last week. Cow. Did you hear what I just said? I'm going to make some mayonnaise and mix it with the harissa from last week. Would you like that? You think? Instead of mayonnaise, we always have mayonnaise and ketchup, but if I mix the harissa with it, it'll be mayonnaise and harissa. Does it sound all right? All right. He's on board. Cool. That's great, because that'll be nice and spicy. And this is Duke's, which has a little flavor of its own. So let's see how this turns out. All right, 6:30. We got 9 minutes left on my parsnips in the fridge. So we're just at about the right time here. I'm going to start deep frying here in a moment because oil's about ready. Yeah, that's good. Okay, a little bit of this left. Just a very little bit of harissa left. This can go back. I was at the Philadelphia tattoo convention this weekend and picked up a fun sticker. Flavortown, indeed. Okay, so we've got this. We'll dress the salad later. I don't need knives anymore. I probably don't need this guy, right? It was a funny one. I was like, let me get one of those. Let me get one of those stickers. The guy's like, you want a tattoo? I was like, no, just a sticker. Thanks, though. I did not get a Guy Fieri tattoo. I would, but I didn't. Okay. Let's see. Deep frying. We're at. Oh, we're too hot. Okay, that's good. Too hot is better. Too hot is better than not hot enough when you haven't started yet. Okay. So let's get that out. We're going to let the I did imagine it tattooed on me. I was like, where would this go exactly? Like right here. I got some real estate available, so we got options. Okay. Parsnips. Now, these get drained and dried. I'm going to drain this little guy into here. These will hold off on a second. Let me drain these in the sink. Or start pouring this out in the sink. And I want to reuse this bowl to do my frying in. Or not frying, do my seasoning in after the frying. Okay. So these are good. Let's get these onto a towel. Miso paste. I'm looking at that list of ingredients. Miso paste sounds really good. The normal stuff. Yeah. Do you put any... Excuse me. Do you put... What kind of meat is in that? Do you use meat in that, or is this a vegetarian chili? Okay. These are frying. Mercy, that does sound divine. I have to say. All the thing with chili is that there's so many different layers to it that I love reading people's list of ingredients for chili, because it's I know the chili that I make, it has a long list of ingredients. packets. And it's like, you might, you're not going to get all of them necessarily, but it's fun. It's fun because everybody's got their own little spin. Okay. Picky about your beans. Got it. But ground beef. Yeah, I don't want, when I'm making beans in chili, I want the beans to be sound as well. Like, I don't want them to like blend in. I want a spoonful with like discernible beans on it, for sure. Okay. We are good on the dried stuff. Okay, so we dry them. Next step, it says to deep fry them at 325 for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then we'll batch that. Deep, like fry, batch, here to here. Then when they're all done, we fry them again at 375 was the number that I came up with. Ooh. What is that? Burbear? I feel like I'm like grasping at what that is. Mix, thank you for the lurk. And thank you for sharing about the chickens. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear your little layer is coming along. I love it. It's very nice. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting us know. Okay, fries are good. Now I can dry this bowl out. That's why I needed this out. All right. Let's go over to the stove here. Gotcha. Okay. Warm. I'll have to remember that because that sounds delicious. Okay. These guys are good. We're just gonna put this pile of fries in a towel on the counter. Okay. My oil is at 3. My oil is at hot. My oil is still pretty hot here. So I'm gonna toss, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to toss these scraps in here first and let those bring the temp of the oil down a little bit, and that'll be good. That'll be better. And he was like, "This is so common." He was like, "Enjoy your delicious ignorance." Fenugreek. There it is. That sounds good. That is a good combo of spices. Basil and fenugreek are kind of outliers in that. I like it. Oh, Shayna, who was here earlier and is probably on the bus earlier today, like chat number 3 today was like, "Hey, you didn't update the menu on the top," and I see that, and I saw the chat, and then was like, "Oh, I'll do that," and then I didn't. There we go. For what it's worth, thanks for the reminder, Shayna. Okay, let's go over to the stove and conduct us some deep frying. Where does that bucket go so nobody can see it? Over here. Okay. I just don't want people looking, not that I care, but it feels kind of gross to be looking into the compost bucket. Okay. So my oil right now is at 350, so it's 25 degrees hotter than it is supposed to be for these. So I'm going to do batch number 1 with the... Oh, my timer just went off. Parsnip fries are an hour in the oven. Amazing. Or an hour in the fridge. Okay, so let's just get some of these fries into here and set a timer for, what did I say? 3 to 4 minutes? Now that I know what that is. I couldn't tell you what spices are in it, but I know that that is an I've heard of that before. Okay, I'm going to start my timer and let's fry some things. Look at that. All right, these guys are commence the frying. Ethiopian basil. Okay. Regular basil and half bay leaf. Okay. Have you tried lemon basil in it? Okay, so these are supposed to be light in color, but not burnt yet. We don't want them to be completely fried just yet. So this is dropping. I'm at 330 now. I had turned the heat off so that I could get the temp. And now that I'm at 330, I'm going to put the heat on and let's see if I can get this to stabilize somewhere in there. Gotcha. Astringent. Okay. No, that makes sense. You mentioned the lemon, so I'm like, oh, lemon qualities. Of course. Okay, we're at 325-ish. And dropping a lot slower than it was. Okay, 325 and holding. Perfect. Lemon basil is definitely a pungent aroma. I always buy it when I see it at the market though, because it's not, they don't have it all the time. So it's pretty, when I see it, I'm like, oh, I'll get it. Like it's unique enough. Okay. More oil. Yeah, I feel that. Okay. Yeah, because lemon basil is like the acid side. Okay, so we're at 2.5 minutes here. These are good. 2.5 minutes. Oil is at somewhere between 320 and 325. So oil is doing well. I bumped the heat back up, so it should start climbing again. I love the use of the word abrupt. Like abrupt is not usually a term you associate with like tasting something. At least not in my head. Okay, that is 3 minutes. These look nice. These look golden, I would say. And since we're giving these a second fry, I'm going to pull these out. They're definitely soft, so they've softened considerably. I'll pull those out, and then let's get the next little batch in here, because my oil was at 325. It's at 320 something right now. So I'm going to bump the flames all the way up and get this starting to heat again. And let's put some fries in here. Fries going in. I'm going to add just a few more of those too, because I didn't want to add too many right at the jump, because I thought that it might overflow, which it is not doing. So let's just add a few more. Okay. Give those little ones there 3 minutes, and then we'll roll to the next batch. So the Ethiopian is chili, subtle, lemon speakeasy. I love that description, Nix. That's very eloquent. Thank you. Leslie, welcome in. Mama Huevo. Nice to see you. And I need to set the record straight. The floor is yours. The floor is yours. And if you'd like, I'm happy to share my perspective on the facts that were shared earlier. I only need to be reminded. And I think in this case it was the rousing aspect, the physically rousing aspect that was in question. What are you deep frying? I don't need to be convinced to pick up tacos either. It's good. We're good. Hey, thank you for the gift sub. Dancer Sala, hello, welcome in. Did I miss your hello earlier? No. Okay. I don't think so. 2 minutes on these, and we are rolling. I'm getting more comfortable with the deep frying. I've been reluctant to deep fry. This is the first time I'm doing any deep frying on a weeknight. I've been really reluctant to do it because of how long it takes and sort of the mess that it gets, but we're doing it today. Who is your money? Fair enough. Fried chicken with fried yucca fries. Amazing. I've not fried chicken before. I'm just, Leslie, I'm just starting to get into the deep frying situation. I've not been a big deep fryer historically. All right, here we go. Well, now you won't see ads, so at least there's something. Okay, these are at 3 minutes. I'm going to give these another like 30, 40 seconds here, because this is the color of the first batch that came out. These are dry and good now, and these haven't quite gotten that same shine, that same like golden glow yet. So we're almost there. And I'm a little like, I know that the fish sticks, I want to deep fry them, but I'm not sure exactly. I'm pretty sure I can just deep fry them from frozen, but I'm not sure how long they take. And there's no directions on the bag, so we're gonna wing it. I'm gonna fry one, see how long that takes, and then we'll fry a couple more. I was thinking, Chandrila, I was thinking about your fries that you made last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago. Regardless, and I was like, I always make oven fries, and for certain things like sweet potatoes, I can do it now, and I know the process, and I'm okay at getting them crispy. But I was like, I really want like crispy fries. That's what I'm in the market for today. So that's where my head is at. And the reason these aren't golden brown is because my oil has dropped to like 290 when I put these in. So I really needed to bump the heat on my oil a little higher. And I didn't realize it because I was not paying attention. So I'm going to give these another couple minutes here. I think, Trinderella, to your point, lazy. I mean, the oven, the oven they kind of cook all at once. It's certainly easier for cleanup. I mean, this oil is going to be sitting out, filtering on my counter for another like 20 hours. There's definitely, and that's, Leslie, to your point, that was my thought. I was like, I'm making parsnip fries. I haven't like made these in recent memory. Whereas I've made like plenty of oven fries, and I've made deep fried fries too. So these are just, we're doing the deep fry today because I was like, you know what? This is the only heat that I'm applying to anything in this whole meal is deep frying fries. So I was like, you know, I can do this. I can have time for this on a weeknight. Yeah, those last fries, I'm pretty sure the first round, the oil started hotter and finished at 325. This round started at 325 and they're a little bit lighter in color. So I've got my heat all the way up. I'm at 300 right now. So I'm going to give these another couple, I'm going to give these a minute here. I'm just going to let this oil like bubble. I'm gesticulating wildly as if anyone can see me. I'm just going to let this oil come up a little bit higher. The Cinderella, the recipe that I had, one of the recipes I was looking at for this said to bake them first and then fry them. And I was like, listen, pal, if I'm doing one, I'm not doing the other. And I'm not doing them both. Jen, nice to meet you too. Thanks for stopping in. I'm usually here around 5 p.m. Eastern until around 7:15, 7:30, sometimes 8 Eastern Standard Time, several nights a week. So you are welcome back whenever you would like. Okay, we're at 310 now. No, Leslie, I have not done that, and I don't believe that I would do that. Yeah, that sounds crazy. That sounds not right. But are you baking it, or are you like, there's no way. There's no way. Sorry, I'm just skeptical. I'm skeptical because I'm thinking like, there's no way. I could see it if you were baking in it and you lined the skillet with like a you know, baking liner. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I it's funny. I always like throw the stuff on the plate so quickly, but I do think about it. Whoa, we got one that slipped off. That one's going early. All right. Cool. Well, we're at 320 here. So I'm going to let this hit 325 while this fry just dances here by itself. Please send me the video. I would love, like, I don't disbelieve it. I'm skeptical, which I think is fair. All right, 325 fries. So I'm just going to leave my heat, leave my oil on high, and drop another couple of these in here. Ooh, I'm getting oil splattering on my arm. We're just over the edge. Settle down, friends. Settle down. This is why I'm wearing black, so I can get splattered. Silly reason. That's not why I'm wearing black. That's a joke. I wear black every day. Okay. Good. We're good. And 3 minutes go. Okay. In that 3 minutes, well, right now mainly, I need to wipe the floor as it just got oil splattered on it, and I'm gonna slip all over the place. Because I don't have those non-sticky shoes. I have slippy shoes. Because I don't need non-slip shoes in my home kitchen. Okay. Although they would be nice for like moments like right now where I'm slipping. Okay, let's switch trays here. So another couple rounds here. The fries are really the star of the meal today. Let's be real. So that's why I'm sort of devoting the most. That's why I'm actually devoting time to deep frying them. If I was just going to have like a nice big something or other and fries on the side, I would probably oven bake these. Oh, Gwen's home. It does make more cleanup, especially if you reuse your oil, which like who wouldn't be reusing? Like you got to reuse your oil, right? There's just too much oil in here to just throw it away. Also, how would you throw it away? But yeah, I don't typically deep fry, but I was like, let's do it. Let's deep fry something, and we'll just make a salad on the side. Oh, I'm gonna make fish sticks too. I keep forgetting about the fish sticks because they're frozen. Because I don't need to do anything with them. I'm gonna like fry them while I'm seasoning the fries. I just don't know how long they take to cook. They can't take more than like 4 or 5 minutes. I do have. I've got these. I've got a couple of these like jugs, and a couple of these jugs. So I've been keeping it in these plastic containers, but it's been. Yeah, I've just got a mix of stuff. While I'm waiting for these to fry. Oh, we're almost there. So I feel like, yeah, we're below 300 on the heat, but these are starting to heat up. I think I put too many in there last time, and the oil dropped pretty significantly. I'm just doing a little Googling here. I just Googled deep fry Gorton's fish sticks. And we'll see. We'll see what it says. We'll see what it says. When I Google how to fry at 350 for 2 to 3 minutes. Got it. 350. Awesome. That was exactly the information I needed. Can you even believe it? How big of a mason jar do you have? It's got to be a pretty big mason jar if you're saving oil from deep frying. You probably save deep fry oil in a big pickle jar. I bet that would work. Okay. These are looking particularly good. It's huge. Hey, it's not a problem. You just got things to store in, It's all good. I have a collection of small jars. I always keep jars for things like sauces and the like. I have this notion that I'm going to like get invited to a picnic and someone's going to ask me to bring a salad, and I can put like a little sauce or a little dressing in like a spice jar, That's my vision. Okay, so I'm since the oil is like lower in temp, or it's just like not hitting the high enough temps. I'm leaving these in. These have been in now for 4.5 minutes, and my oil is almost back at 300 degrees. So I really like the oil. The oil here is fighting against me, as it has been every time, because it's just I'm trying to strike the balance of cooking all of them versus like not dropping the temp of the oil too much. Okay. These look good, though. These are almost done. I don't like to lend them. Yeah. Yeah, if I think there's a chance I'm not getting it back, you're getting something plastic. Hey.
Hello.
Runs home.
That's not French fries.
Those are fries. Yes, they are.
Like made of potatoes?
Made of potatoes? No. Don't let Calvin hear you say that. Okay. Oh my gosh. I don't know if y'all can hear the background conversation, but Calvin's accusing Gwen of things that he doesn't know what she did. He only heard me say, "Don't let him hear that." Shots have been fired. Okay. What's my 10th at? 300. Okay, so for the sake of time, we're going to pop these in now and let this oil come back up while these are cooking, because I need the heat to be at 375 or hotter for the second fry. And it's not going to get there. It's going to get there, but I want it to get there while it's frying something. Okay, that's the last of the fries from the first batch. Wait, no, it's not. That's the last of them. Okay, from the first batch. That's the last of the fries for the first batch of frying, is what I mean to say. I'm going to start a timer on this guy. Forgot to do that.
Skip.
Creamy peanut butter. Can you believe it? Living martyr. It is not. This is vegetable. This is vegetable oil. Vegetable oil. And welcome in. I am allergic to peanuts, so I don't use peanut oil. So we're frying in vegetable oil. 100% soybean oil. It is, in fact. All right, this is going. I want my oil to be super hot in the next fry. The next fry is only for a few, like a minute. Maybe a minute. Maybe a little more. I don't know. It didn't say, and I didn't really look it up. It was just like, fry them again until they're crispy. I was like, okay. I don't know how expensive peanut oil is, because I have never gone to buy it.
What's happening?
I'm frying fries. We're having salad. There's some dip for the fries. And then I'm going to deep fry some fish sticks too.
Yeah, but like, what are the fries? Like a vegetable?
They're parsnips. You'll like them because they are fries. They're like deep fried. Okay? I promise you. Gwen's skeptical of the parsnip fries because they're not potatoes. Because Calvin was showing it on stream, and we put some tape over the bottom part because it was PII on the bottom. Twinderella says they're good, Gwen. They are fried. I mean, what are fries? What? I mean, fried. A fry is just anything fried, right? Listen. She knew right away because they're not the same color as fries. They have a different color. Can't get anything past that one. Okay. These guys they're looking good. My oil is still hovering around 300, which is too low. So I think what I'll do is once these come out, I'm just going to leave the oil on high and give that a minute or so while I get the fish sticks out.